Hey guys, what's going on? There is currently 11 offensive legendary aspects available to you as a sorceress using the Codex of Power in Diablo 4. So without further ado, let's crack open that spellbook and see what we got inside. Biting Cold offensive legendary aspect. When you freeze an enemy, there's a 25% chance they become vulnerable for 3 seconds. Vulnerable again in Diablo 4 means a target is now applied with the vulnerable ailment, meaning they take 30% increased damage until all of their vulnerable health is removed. And also, offensive legendary aspects can be applied to gloves, one-handed weapons, two-handed weapons at plus 100% effectiveness, rings, and then amulets at plus 50% effectiveness. Conflagration offensive aspect. While channeling Incinerate, your burning damage is increased by 20%. Control offensive legendary aspect. You deal 30% more damage to immobilized, stunned, or frozen enemies. 30% is the highest I've seen yet across all the classes. We've already made guides for Barb, Druid, Rogue, Necro. 30% damage to a target that is frozen for a cold sorceress. Control is the highest one that I've seen yet. Nuts. Efficiency offensive legendary aspect. Casting a basic skill reduces the mana cost of your next core skill by 10%. The Elementalist's offensive aspect says core or mastery skills cast at or above 100 mana gain a 20% increased critical strike chance. Overwhelming Bolt's offensive legendary aspect says the Charge Bolt skill gains 2 extra projectiles, but its mana cost is increased by 5%. The Piercing Cold offensive aspect. Ice shards pierce 4 times, dealing 20% less damage per subsequent enemy hit. Rolling Thunder offensive legendary aspect says charge bolts pierce, but deal 30% less damage. Splintering Energy offensive legendary aspect says Lightning Spear has an 11% chance to spawn an additional Lightning Spear when you cast it. How tasty is that? So 11% of the time I just get to do double damage with this skill? Chef's kiss! The Storm Swell offensive legendary aspect says you deal 11% increased damage to vulnerable enemies while you have a barrier. And finally, we have 3 Curses offensive legendary aspect. Meteor skill deals 35% increased critical strike damage against healthy targets. So if you're going to be using this offensive legendary aspect for your sorceress in Diablo 4, it's important to know what healthy means. And healthy means any target that has 80% of its HP is healthy. And so there we go. All 11 currently known offensive legendary aspects for the sorceress class in Diablo 4. Was there anyone that caught your eye? For me, it was Control. I could absolutely see myself making a cold sorceress and just doing 30% more damage to frozen targets, whether it's in PvP or dungeons, right? Again, if there's one that you liked, let me know in the comments below. I read them all. I'll catch you guys in the next one where we go over the defensive, mobility, resource, and utility Codex of Power legendary aspects available to you on your sorceress in Diablo 4. See you guys there. Adios.